I don't feel like doing this right now. Welcome to Still Plays. This is Grand Arena, second match, second week, season 76. We won our first round. We're at 3,577 skill rating. If we win out the week, we would be able to hit Kyber 1. Or, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen next week, most likely. First round match up against Diozic. He had one of the weaker accounts in the bracket. I believe he was out a number of things, but I knew he had a lot on offense and he was going to play it pretty clean. I played a pretty safe match. One of his GLs I took a second attempt up against. He did well. He one-shot most of the teams, but I did make a small adjustment on my back wall, which was to do the Boba Fett Jabba team. And that was a change for my history. So if he tried to scout me, look at my history, he wouldn't have seen it. And if he wasn't prepared for it, he could get tripped up like he did on my back wall here, and that did make the difference. This was a very close match. 9 banners. Today's opponent is Wired 3, 13.68 million GPs, so just barely more than me, 70k. That is pretty close, but I've got 60 more Zetas. That's pretty significant. Amis, I've got more. I got 13 more. That is meaningful. He does have more relics, and when it comes to the tier total, though, not too bad. When we look at this distribution, he has a whole bunch at tier 5. He's got more at tier 7, but I have more at 8, and we're pretty close to even on 9. He's got 1 tier 10. I've been holding off to just give myself something to have less of and a little bit more of a challenge on something, because we're increasingly getting to a point where I've catching up with everybody, which is less fun. I want there to be differences within my roster that give me a disadvantage, because I don't think it's as much fun if we're all strong, we're all the same. So we're looking for those little shades. Now mods, he's at 752, 26.44. I've got the better top 25 average, but barely. I do have a significantly better top 500 average, but when you look at the counts, we've got more. But I'm guessing he has a little bit younger of a... Ooh, I wonder what's going on. He has no guild, which suggests he either has inconsistent participation in play, which doesn't really make sense that he'd be at this level within Kyber, because we're knocking on the doorstep of Kyber 1. Or it suggests that he just might like to play that way. There are some players who don't like to be in guilds. Or he has a guild. No, he's in no guild. It's... Alright, Datacrons. Half of mine. We've got advantages. Modding looks to be an advantage. He's got a few that are better than mine. Maybe half and half. 294 single Ami Star Killer, nothing on Dash. We got triple Afra. Single on third, triple Malicos, double Bodalord, double Bane. Doubles on Jar Jar Cadme. Single on Luthen, double on Jocasta. Then we got triples on Exile, Dre, and Balin. And he's got a 300 Morgan. We'll be looking for her in a moment. I've got advantages, but he's all right in that area. Now the quality of that modding. Let's get in here. I think I'm at 24 and 23 or 24 and 22 on these characters. So we've got an advantage on him there. It might suggest inconsistent participation, which is why he doesn't have a guild. Now Morgan's at 300. That's putting him at 48-ish. He might have more or less, but we're at 70-ish. So we've got a pretty significant advantage there. Let's take a look. Okay, so he's gone. He did pretty well, 1752, but it does mean we got some holds. Nothing here. Down below, 3 attempts on Balin. And 2 attempts on Finn, and we have Pokron with the fear mechanic. And then 1's on Fleet. So not a lot of wiggle room. We got to play pretty clean This is gonna be a pain. Alright, we got Lord Vader, we got this Stranger team with a maxed out Kron. The last time I faced this last week, I was going up against a significantly inferior version. I don't even think it had Spider Maul. I think it may have just had the other Maul. Alright, so we got Rey and Gungans. And then down below, what are we looking at? We got Pirate Hondo, Third, Ahsoka, and Jabba. And Ahsoka does have this Huyang Kron that does boost things a bit. Let me just look at the levels in here. Yeah. He's got everything set up in a way where it could be a little dangerous, although Leia has no problem with that. At least in 5v5 and 3v3 it messed up Leia. Which is why I went for that Datacron. We don't got good options here. I think we just do what we did last week and hope we play it a little better. So last week we did Galactic Republic. It took me a while to figure out how to go through it, because one of the problems we had last week was our potential counters were all on defense. And I still have some on defense, like Lord Vader and Cadme are on defense. Those would be some of my better options. But we eventually got through it using this team, and I used the Kenobi Con, the Rex Kron, and we're gonna do it again. It might mess up Gas up against Pirate Hondo, but I did beat Pirate Hondo last week without this Kron. So we're gonna do it again, but we were going up against a much weaker version. So, and there are times where I didn't feel great about this. We're doing it. I just feel like it's my best shot. Now, what I did last time, and we're going to do it again, is I put damage immunity on Kenobi. Am I? Oh, I got to get audio on. We turn the audio on so we have a little bit of sound effects. I'm gonna go after Visas right now? I don't even know what the optimal attack order is gonna be, but I feel like what happened last time, we still won last time, but I had to take out Stranger twice because Visas brought Stranger back. Okay. I wonder if I make Kenobi even slower, this goes even better for me. Because the longer he has that damage immunity, the better. Not loving all this fear. See, that's bad. This is bad. Okay. Ultimate. Okay, Visas is down. I kept dispelling all of that stuff. I don't know if it's the way to go. We're gonna get slammed now from Starkiller. Alright. That wasn't so bad. We'll be able to dispel here. Maybe I shouldn't have targeted him. Okay, that ability block is terrible. I'm gonna hit him. I probably should go after Starkiller. No, we're gonna go after Starkiller. I don't know what I'm doing. I really need to dispel and get my cat out there so I can one-shot. Oh, terrified. Yeah, we got these ability blocks. Alright. I'm gonna hit Star Killer? Did I just feed him a bunch of turn meter? Okay, Cat can finally. Let's take out Stranger. It's probably. I think we have to start charging up again. All right, we got a minute left. Awesome. I'm feeling good. I mean, we figured this out in like desperation last week. It looks like other people figured this out too last week, but I didn't have the benefit of looking at the history. And we took, I don't know, I took like 5 teams to try and figure this out. I didn't try it for a while because I just didn't think it was going to have a shot. Can we just auto and get this done? A little concerned about the clock. All right. And from here, yeah, I'm not worried about them right now, although Lord Vader might be able to mess things up. I'm a little more worried about this one. Let's make sure this goes clean. Okay. Is that pavement? Well, that makes me happy. Car drove by. Probably the microphone didn't probably pick up that car. But I think that was pavement cut your hair at, or a cover of it, which, and that's a big Pavement song. It's actually not among my favorites, even though they are one of my favorite bands. They're in the top 5 favorite bands. But for me, it's like Slanted and Enchanted is my album. Alright, Armor. That looks good. Like my songs would be like Here, Zerk is Stained. Frontwards is a B-side, but that song is incredible. Summer Babe. God, I love that album. We attack. Blast out Sabine. Focused attacks over onto Jin. Hu Yang is going to be dangerous. We gotta deal with Hu Yang. Can we stun? No. I'm putting the call to action over here because we got Exile on Leia right now. Which actually doesn't work the same way on a GL, so maybe we shouldn't even think about it like that. I'm going after Syndulla just to get myself to an advantage. Alright, then now she has damage immunity. We'll hit Hu Yang. Well, it looks like Hu Yang's not a big concern. Can we punch him out? Awesome. What's my turn order? I'm going to try and get ambush onto Ahsoka. Yeah, she's getting too much turn meter. She's going to go. It almost feels like this is a bad moment. I'm going to actually skip it for a turn. I want to see if the turn meter is going to be more favorable next time around. Okay. No, that's worse. Alright, let's just do it anyway. Okay. Focus the attacks over onto Jin again. Pull back onto Drogon. Next turn from Drogon is going to be a big hit. So we... Oh, I gotta get rid of this foresight. Alright, this should punch out Exile. Perfect. And it's auto. Actually, I'm a little worried about this clock now. 2 minutes. We got to get through it twice. Was that twice or once? Now I'm a little worried about Jabba. And I guess Pirate Hondo. The only thing I'm going to do, I'm going to move some of the... Well, how am I going to deal with Jabba? I'm a little tempted to try this Afra thing up against Jabba. It's got like an 84% win rate. Am I crazy enough to do this? Because I have a lot of faith. And you know what? Let's just do it. If we drop one, we drop one. If this costs me to lose. If we lose because of this, then we lose because of this. Alright, we're draining. Dispelling. Alright, can we mark on her? I need IG-90 to go and we can mark Bosch. I need to get him faster. Alright. Keep going. Bring out our friend. I want my IG-90 faster. What's the turn order? Yeah, this should be okay. Here's our mark. Maybe we won't need it. Better to do it than not. Can we get buff immunity? Perfect. Lando. Or should I go for Cad Bane? I think we're making the right decisions here. Yeah, the reason I felt okay doing this is if this has an 84% win rate, I feel confident that my Afra, even with lower relics on some of these characters, there's obviously going to be better Afras. Mine is in the top quarter. Okay. I like it. Yeah, this Kron is just increases the damage output. Ooh, that's bad. I mean, that was an ideal candidate for somebody to lose. But had that been Afra, we're not surviving losing Afra. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. So far. Alright, so this is going to be the unaligned force users then. And it's going to be better this week. I did push things a little bit. I don't think we want him, right? Oh, we don't embarrass. I think I'm happy with Mace. Alright. So I added an Omicron to Starkiller. I talked about this all last week that I wanted to have it. And we pushed the level on this Datacron up to include Stranger, which we didn't have last week. And we were winning last week. Although I was using the Attacker Crown a lot last week. That we are not going to do this week. This is a stun, right? Yeah. Let's go for the stun. Dispel, trigger the damage immunity. Gonna hit sortie. You know, I should go after JTR. Okay, just to knock sortie out like that already at this stage is just fantastic. Okay, yeah, let's start inflicting the bleed. There's another damage immunity. Can I do anything with this right now? You know what, we're gonna still use it because it stacks stats. Alright, damage immunity over there. Take the hit, that's a little scary. Awesome. I'm gonna wait a moment. You know what, let's heal. We can't take anybody out. Now we can actually go after somebody. I like it. Let's fracture or just take him out. Awesome. God, I love this team. I always like the Starkiller team in general, and just to kind of, I didn't enjoy Starkiller on Sirjunda all that much. But I loved Palpatine Starkiller, and now to have this is just way better. Okay. We're gonna do Bane. We just got to not do the mistake we did once last week, which was to fall into our habits and to use stealth. That's bad. But this will allow me to use SLKR over on Pirate Hondo. Awesome. That's a good start. I'm going to stun. We did get it. Well, AoE and Siphon. Okay. We can't take out Apple yet, right? But we can hit CX2. Awesome. Ooh, scary. Don't like it. Don't like it. This feels too early. Siphon. I don't know. Don't know. No. It felt that way. It felt like we had lost Dooku early. And now it really feels like we may have lost some of those guys too early, to a point where I don't we might need to use something good. I don't like it. Because at this stage, we can't use Mandos yet. Now with that, I'm pretty sure with, what's his face? The tank. I can't remember his name right now. The tank, Scorch. Scorch plus the Ami, I think, is still going to be enough to mess up Bo-Katan. So we'd have to use something good. I guess the question is, do I want to use SOKR there? JML might be able to handle it at this stage. Or do we gamble with gas here? We're not going to gamble. I need to revisit mods on Bane. I'm sure they're relatively mediocre. Okay. Alright, we're gonna swap so I can stun. We'll shock everybody. Don't do that. That's not nice. Okay. Siphon. Take him out. Don't know. See, you guys, that's not nice. I'm kind of tempted to do that right now. Just hit Brutus. Awesome. Alright, I'm gonna go for the stun. He's gonna bring him back. I guess not. Okay. Alright, ultimate. Awesome. There we go. Alright, let's move on. We'll just hold back JML. Guess we could even do a couple other things. Now here, what do we got? Healer. Second Sister. Not Second Sister, Inquisitor Barris. Alright. Trey can do it, but I don't think my Trey can do it. My Trey is terrible. There is a 501st thing that we could consider using Krex. But does that need the Rex Cron? Or does that only need the Attacker Cron? And am I willing to figure that out right now? I think I am. Do we gamble on that? Let's just do it. I feel like gambling today. Alright, so we get some hits, we AoE, we get our oh, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do it. Maybe a little risky, but things go a little bit differently when we throw Krex onto these teams, because he gives some protection recovery. So we're kind of... I don't like this. Don't... Ooh. Here we go. Alright, we got days everywhere. I like that. I'm hoping this healer crown doesn't mess this up for me. I do not like how this is going. AoE. This healing immunity is killing me. We will have form up next time, but if we get Deathmark on somebody, this could be bad. Right. Back up. That happened very beneficially to me. This is a waste on her. Or wait, no, it's not. That's not a. It's not. I should have done it. Should have done it. We'll do it next, because it's not a. It's a massive damage. It's not percent health. Okay, well, we got rid of one of the two healers. Things are starting to feel a little better. Awesome. Okay, it's over. But that retains my Mandalorians, which I wanted to hold back, because they're just so good at beating so many different teams. Alright, what's on this back wall? Okay. So we have Boba Fett Kron. We can use Melgus. I'm glad we saved Melgus. And then this Sign of Django team. I set this on defense. This has a big win rate. So we gotta check what beats it. We're gonna gamble. I don't know if it's a big gamble or a small gamble. But, do I have a preset for this? I don't think I have a preset for this one. I want... Yeah, we're gonna create a new squad then. Empire, we're gonna do the Palpatine Marjade. So we got Palp, Mara... It's what, Tarkin, right? Tarkin, new Vader, and Royal Guard. Now this is risky. Partly, well, we don't have a maxed out Kron, but we also have a weaker Vader. 5 stars, Relic 4. But this team does so well that I'm gonna gamble. Now, who would I want to stun? Attacks out of turn, Fennec gains. Asajj critically hits. Crit damage. Forlom uses I'm gonna go for Dark Disciple. Maybe not the right call, but we're doing it. Let's hit some of these staggers. Alright, we got some stuns, debuffs, AoE. Let's do speed down. Whoa. Love that. I also pushed relics on Royal Guard. I always meant to do Royal Guard, but then the Lord Vader lifting happened before I was I was right about to do it. Okay, Boba Fett then is probably Melgus. And Saw, we would have done gas. Okay. This was no choice. There's only really the one way to get through this with what we've got left and available. Yeah. Okay, that looks good. Alright. How have we been playing this? I've always been going after Zam, and now I'm second guessing that. Alright, let's fear him up. Alright, let's hit Zam now. That's one Zam. Let's hit the shock. Okay. I got it to spell mask. Alright, we got another Dark Disciple coming up. Not Dark Disciple, Dark Deception. Alright, dispel the taunt. Jeez. Fine, we'll go through Bosk. Alright. Zam gone? Quite. I should have basicked. Everybody had fear. I think we can auto from here. Yeah, what do we want to cover? We got new crowns coming, new conquest coming. Yeah. Do I need a takeover? I might need a takeover. I feel like you guys are not playing this properly. Alright, we land shock. Okay. Fear him up. We're just going to maintain fear a little bit. That might be part of the reason why they weren't playing so well when I hit auto. Too many AoEs. Okay. Here we go. One. To have a drain life. There we go. I'll manage this for a moment. But these guys aren't as big of a deal. Alright. This can be... Can this be Mando's? Maybe we give this a second. Alright. Gungans are easy. That's Treya. We can Treya, which would be Mando's. We just need to get through this clean. I don't feel amazing about this. I really want to push the relics higher on these guys so I feel better about them. Okay. How's this gonna go? Let's work on removing Apo. There's the motorcycles I talk about. Let's get protection up. Okay, Apo's down. Let's go back to you. Okay, Scorch is down. Let's work on getting towards the ultimate. We'll drop some armor shreds. We're gonna get dazed and ability blocked. Ooh. See, that's why I want to bring the relic levels onto Revan higher, because he just dies so easy. I don't even know if it's going to help. But it's just... he's so bad these days. Okay, armor shred. We got 2. So close. Let's get some more protection up. Yeah. Alright, the rest of this we can play straight. What kind of fleet? Oh, we're not at that point yet. Alright. Can I just use presets? Alright. There's some more motorcycles. Alright. Is there some nonsense I can cover? Alright, we can't do that. Let's increase cooldowns. I'll give you guys some nonsense. Here's some deals. Your best option for English muffins is Aldi's. They're like $1.50 for a 6-pack. They're fantastic. They are the best value in English muffins. English muffins are like normally a stupid thing to buy. Really just poor price to quality. Ooh, don't you die. No. No. I don't like how any of this is going. Do we have some sort of cron that is just messing up this counter? Alright, there's Phalanx. Wait. What are they doing over here? Let's do this. Oof. Will increase. What's going on here? It's attacker crown. Okay. I want my hatred. Okay, there's my hatred. We're down to 4, 3. Oh, what are you guys doing to me? 1, 0. Okay, let's start hurting them. Alright, I'm gonna hit Jar Jar. I'm taking Jar Jar out. I'm afraid of Jar Jar right now. Let's hit this. Pain and isolate. Alright, we got 5 stacks of Loyal Hand. I'm gonna go after Boss Nest now. Neutralize. I should attack somebody else to get the Loyal... If I would have hit Phalanx, we would have got more Loyal Hand. We increase. Ooh, I love it. I'm gonna do this to just get pain everywhere. I don't think we need to save it for a revive. That's gonna be a bunch of Loyal Hand. Awesome. Alright. Okay, this is easy. Mandalorian. This has been a solid match. Let's watch me fumble it in Fleet. Alright, attackers, light side, good. Let's move. Okay. Alright, we got blind, we got stuff. We got fear. Love an AoE or somebody to hit Bo-Katan so I can have my turn. Nope, skip her turn. I wonder if I should put that on Bo. Probably should have. Okay, this is getting annoying. It's a minute of play and we've barely done anything. Okay, that's acceptable. We can't target who we want, so let's just take out Chirrut. We need to start making some progress. I think Chirrut is the much better choice over Katarn because Chirrut has health up synergy, which Saw works off of Saw, whereas Katarn is not really that good on this team. He's good because he's an attacker and he does a damage dealer, but that's all he's bringing. Chirrut and Baze are way more of a factor on this. Okay. Oh, don't. Okay. Let's cleanse her up. I'm just gonna. Awesome. We got this moment. We got our opening. Let's take advantage. Can we get better banners? Maybe we should put it over here. Awesome. Automatic. He making it easy. Do I have more tips to give you guys? Here's another good deal. The best deals on peanut butter, which is actually kind of annoying to find right now. It's Trader Joe's, $2.50 each for a thing of peanut butter, and surprisingly, Whole Foods. Whole Foods has great prices on their Whole Foods brand peanut butter. Everybody else, terrible deal. Plus, like, Target has changed it where pre-COVID, Target had in their, they didn't add hydrogenated oils to their peanut butter. You didn't have to get like the organic one to have the stir version. But now they've cheapened it and they made it worse. So I don't get that anymore. But there must be some sort of shortages too, because like the Trader Joe's, the creamy peanut butter, unsalted, is just like, it doesn't exist anymore. Never in stock. And also Aldi, terrible prices on peanut butter. Don't go there. Not for peanut butter. And I go through a lot of peanut butter. Easy. So do yeah, we're fine. We're just fine. At this, I don't even feel like, I mean, I guess we've lost some banners on some of those teams. Like, we lost a certain amount of banners with Bo-Katan. So I don't think many of them had full protection. Or Treya, I feel like we dropped some banners. Okay. Really tempted. Let's bring out Defender. I'd like to get rid of Deflector Shield, so Interceptor's tempting. But we'll be able to do it with Bomber in a moment. And they just wasted their Deflector Shield ability. I'm gonna try and keep Vader alive. Okay, Comeuppance is gonna come out and do some damage. Ooh, we can do some good damage here. Huge for banners. Alright. Standard Negotiator Marauder. I could even take in another ship. We only need Plo Koon. Okay. I should go after Hyena, but we're not going to. That's exactly what I wanted. I just wanted to very quickly burn through Sunfac so we didn't have to worry about the bouncing around taunts. Now we can bring out Plo, get rid of the buzz droids, feed the turn meter, start pummeling Hyena. Save that. There's Spy. Oh, basic. Let's bomb it. Oh, perfect. Good. We're gonna be a little. Maybe I should have done the AoE. Here we go. That's a win. That should be really decent bandage, like 1790. Exactly 1790. I thought we were going to be in the range, but exactly 1790. It's perfect. Perfect. Fantastic. I mean, really well played by Wired, though. Handled my defense no problem. He had some smart defenses. Very clear why he plays well, is performing well. The only surprise, though, is why is this guy not in a guild? That's peculiar. To be taking the game so seriously, maybe he's just hopping around, like maybe we just caught him in a weird moment. No, but we got territory battles right now. This is a terrible time to not be in a guild. I don't know, weird. All right, we videos in the corner, but right now it's mainly it's mainly Grand Arena stuff that we're getting caught up on, and we're going to be transitioning to Conquest soon, and we'll cover the Datacrons, getting through some work things, and then we'll be rededicating myself here, which I keep saying, but it's going to be true one of these days. Thank you for watching. BX to each other, everybody. This is Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes.